WordNerds, happy Sunday and happy 4th of July to any Americans who are celebrating all of that. We are here to talk about all things quarterly goals, plans, book clubs, movie nights, all of that stuff. But we are going to start things off with something I feel like we should have been doing in our quarterly videos this whole time, which is celebrating some of the wins from the past quarter before we move on to the next quarter. We're always kind of goals, and not, hey, look, we did things. So our opening question is going to be just sharing a win from the last 3 months. It can be anything. It does not have to be writing related. We would love to hear from anyone in the comments if you have any wins you want to share, writing related, baking related, anything at all. So I'm going to let Rachel go first.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I could tell people now. My big win is that I bought an apartment. So
Yay!
It's very exciting. It's like multiple years of like getting stuff together, and like now it's happening, and I'm moving at the end of the month. So that's also wild and stressful, but also very exciting. Actually, before we did this chat, I did a giant run to IKEA with my parents, and we were just like running around putting stuff in the cart, like and me being like, is this the normal price for a cutting board? And they're like, yeah, it's a good one. I'm like, okay, add to the cart, you know, like so it was very fun, and I'm looking forward to, I mean, that's also probably going to be a large part of quarter 3 as well in my life, but that's like the big thing that has been very exciting the last couple months.
I really should not have let you go first. My win will not live up to that, but Megan, how about you?
I think a win that I had last quarter was that at some point during last quarter, Kyra and I started querying the book that we wrote together and have been working on for 5 years. Querying is never fun, but it does feel fun to be at that stage. So it's a win.
Yes, getting there is a huge victory.
Yes.
That's so exciting.
Emma, how about you?
I like during quarter 2, I went from being like very behind on my Goodreads goal to being 6 books ahead. And I did the math, and I read 19 books in quarter 2.
Dang.
Nice.
So thanks to the readathon.
Yeah.
Having something to like win really motivates me.
Doing it just for my own enjoyment was not enough anymore. So.
No way.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say too, except I did not read 19. So I'm going to jump over to the vegetable garden that I've managed to keep alive.
Which truly, that is like the biggest one. Like I've never kept anything alive for more than like a week or two.
And as long as I could like eat something from it, I'm going to feel like such an adult. And there's like broccoli in there that I could eat now if I really wanted to. But I believe in myself, and I'm going to hold out for the giant looking cauliflower. So
I have harvested 1 tomato from my vegetable garden. It's like that TikTok audio that's like, after like hundreds of dollars and many hours of work, we have now harvested 1.35-cent vegetable.
What else have you planted in your garden, Kelly?
I've got peppers. We planted so many Brussels sprouts. We don't eat a lot of Brussels sprouts. It's just kind of like what was on sale at the plant store at the end. So we have like a whole bed of Brussels sprouts. But like I think there's a rabbit that's eating things, and it's eating the Brussels sprouts, which is what we have to spare.
Good, yeah.
So it's going to be okay for now, and maybe we'll have to like look into some rabbit proofing. But yeah. So yes, that brings us to quarter 3 and all of our usual goals and all of that. This is our first time doing like a live chat instead of the goals video that we normally do. So it's going to have less structure, but we'd love to hear from all of you kind of what your plans are for the quarter. We don't usually get to do that as much with our videos. So hearing from all of you, if you have any plans, any books you want to read, any of that stuff, which I think is probably the safest thing to start on. Is there a book you're planning to read in quarter 3?
Yes.
I just got one that I'm very excited about called Gearbreakers by, let me stare at it across the room, Zoe Mizuta Mizuta with a T, okay. And it's like a sci-fi Pacific Rim kind of thing where there's like people have been like building these giant mech bots, and they're like, that's how they're going to war now. And the main character is one of the engineers who can like take the mech bots down, and then she like joins forces with this other rebellion leader. It's like the sapphic kind of like mech bot Pacific Rim war rebellion book, and it sounds so cool, and I can't wait to start it.
That was called Gear Shifters?
Gearbreaker.
Gearbreakers. And who is that by?
Zoe Mizuta? Mizuta. So I'm also staring at it from across the room, so I'm like squinting and like trying to read it. Like
I'm taking notes because we're probably going to be listing a bunch of books in this chat, so I'm going to try and write them all down and put them in the description after the fact.
Thank you, Megan.
I know people like when we do that, so I'm making a list and I'll add it once we go off air.
Emma, you are muted.
Forgot I muted myself while I was plugging my lamp in. I got approved for a NetGalley of All the Fields by Olivia Dade, which is the sequel to Spoiler Alert. So I am really excited to read that this quarter because I loved Spoiler Alert. So
Yeah.
and I really like the characters that this one's going to focus on. So I'm excited. For
I
them.
have to pick that up.
I've got two across different ends of the reading spectrum that I'm really interested in reading. The first one is Act Your Age, Eve Brown. I read the first two books like 3 days ago. And then Scribd cut me off and said I have to wait to read the third, which was rude.
Oh no.
But I'm expecting it in from my library any second now. So I'm really excited about that one. And then the other one, and that's by Talia Hibbert. And then the other one I want to read is called The Boatman's Daughter. It's by Andy Davidson. It's like a horror that takes place in the bayou. And I've heard good things about it. So I'm curious to see if I like it. But always love a good horror. So
I have two as well, and they're ones that like I don't know why I haven't read them yet. I'm like two books by like favorite authors that I keep putting off because I know I'm gonna love them, and I keep trying to like give myself enough headspace to enjoy them. So that's Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid because I always love her stuff, and The Galaxy and the Ground Within, which is the final Wayfarers book by Becky Chambers. So I'm sure I'm going to enjoy both of them. I'm looking forward to them. They've both been out for a couple months, and I need to do it. So.
I need to get with it and read more of Becky Chambers because I only read The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet, and now I haven't done anything else, and I know I need to.
The nice thing is they're all only like sort of connected, so you could like jump back in, not remember what happened in the first one. I don't even remember, like one of them is about the like new version of the AI that got rebooted at the end. Yeah. So like that AI kind of starting her own life. I don't even remember what the other one was, but it's all like sort of connected.
Missy Kate reminded me that the third book in the Well Met series comes out in September as well. Definitely that one.
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't thinking that's like this quarter. I just read the second book today, so I'm excited.
I'm so excited to read Mitch in that series.
Yes.
I didn't even think about books that are coming out this quarter.
It's a whole new world.
Oh, the one it comes out in July, but I don't know exactly what day. She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan. Oh my god, I'm so freaking excited for it. It's a Mulan meets The Song of Achilles, but gay, and talks about the founder of the Ming Dynasty. And I'm like, everything about that sounds absolutely perfect. And our book list too.
I know, I'm trying to like add things to Goodreads. I'll wait and catch Megan's list at the end of this. So I guess talking about books makes sense to announce, even though we sort of kind of already did, but all of our book clubby picks for this quarter. Just starting off with movie nights. At the end of July, we are doing the Fear Street series, I believe, all three.
The 3 Fear Street movies. The first one just came out on Netflix. And I'm going to make a spook notes for them this week as well. For that one. Yeah.
I will like binge them all at the end if you like don't feel stressed about time, and I will watch them.
No, I got you.
I'll get there. But Erin like did a TikTok talking about the first one, and she was only partway through and seemed very confused, so I'm not sure what to expect. But I'm excited, I think.
Excited question mark.
Yeah. And then we're doing The Year of the Witching.
Yes, The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson.
Going to be August, where we're going to be. So we'll do our book club. We'll be reading that one. We will also put all of this right at the top of the list of just details from the chat, and then we will round things off in September with some sort of like word nerd or a publishing themed game night as we celebrate our 8th birthday.
Yes.
Oh my god, wow.
We're in like what, 2nd grade now or something? That's unreal.
We are in 2nd grade. Oh my gosh, we can like start learning about dinosaurs and like
Finally!
like
now
find
a
our
dinosaur
grammar points. We can start coloring in maps now.
Misty
love
Kate
it.
asked, is Fear Street movies or a series? Kind of both.
It's
My
3
interpretation.
movies, and they're coming out 1 a week for the first 3 weeks of July. So the first
I'm
one
guessing
is
they're
out.
all fairly standalone, just based on
I think
the Fear
so.
Street.
No, it's all connected.
Oh,
I
it's
think.
connected?
Oh.
Okay.
So they take place in like 3. It's the same town, 3 different like time periods. So like the first one that just came out
Oh.
is 1994. The next one is sometime in the 70s, like 79 or something, and then the last one is 1666. And so
Oh,
it's like all about this
interesting.
like one town and like why these murders keep happening.
Okay.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, if anyone is like not on board with spooky things but wants to participate, the spook notes that Megan mentioned earlier is very much the answer to this. She will go through and like let you know when things get spooky if you want to like read it ahead of time. And like not just when things get spooky, like she will like bold, this is the scary thing that happens.
This is going to be a jump scare.
Yeah.
This is going to be scary, but not a jump scare. I try to do it in a way that doesn't spoil the plot. Because that's the biggest thing is if you could look up a plot synopsis, but then you know exactly what's going to happen when maybe it's just the jump scares and the adrenaline that's not really your thing. So yeah, I try.
That's how I watched Hill House, and it made such a huge difference. Now I love Hill House because I didn't have to deal with that constant like I can't enjoy the story because I'm just waiting to be afraid again.
Mm-hmm.
So it made such a big difference.
Yeah,
We
I'm
will
not a
also
horror
put
movie
that link
person, but like if I can see what's happening or what's going to happen, yeah, I'll feel a little bit calmer going into it.
Yeah.
And that plot
the
sounds so much. I
stories,
didn't realize
yeah.
that's what the plot was, and I was like, oh, that sounds way cooler than I thought this was going to be. Like, okay,
Mhm.
we'll go into it.
Exactly. Kind of letting you enjoy the stories and the plot without the constant tension.
Yeah.
Sabina asked, are you still doing live sprints or is that not a thing anymore? We do one right in a month. That's going to be next week, I think.
Yep.
So we will be here, same time, same place next week, doing a write-in with all our live sprints and all of that stuff. Usually in like November, we'll do a bunch more, but usually at least 1 a month.
Yeah.
Make sure we get some writing time in.
Oh well,
Right.
there's like been a couple people in the comments talking about Camp Nano. So, I don't know if any of the WordNerds are doing it this year.
Kind of.
I think it's as close to doing Nano as any of us get anymore.
I did get on the NaNoWriMo website and set up a goal. So we'll see. I'm hoping to meet that goal, which is basically just to write the ending of the book that I've been revising for 750,000 years.
I think that basically counts as doing Nano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like super sad if I don't meet it because life is busy, but I'm hoping to finish it off.
Yeah, I have a big research paper due this month. I guess to technically do like, first week of August or whatever. So I'm just going to be like, yeah, my Nano project is to write this like 15-page paper. That's a lot. That counts as something, doesn't it?
15
100%.
pages nonfiction is a lot of pages
Yeah.
of fiction, in my opinion.
It is a lot. There's a lot of things that are going into this. I just found out that my little cousin is doing Camp Nano and like does NaNoWriMo, and I'm like, I'm sorry, when did you start doing this? And, like has a full like 100-something-thousand word book, and I'm like,
Dang.
when did you write this? What the hell?
That's amazing.
So I'm like, oh my god, my little cousin is standing me up, like, oh god, showing me up to the family, like I can't have this.
Before we get into goals and all of that, because I don't know, does anyone have anything else generally that they're looking forward to for Q3? Movies, books coming out, TV shows, not so much in the summer, but
If we spoke about all the books I'm excited that are going to be coming out, we would be here for like 3 hours. So
This is the quarter I'm gonna try and read a cozy mystery. This is the one. I've read Tamara Woods' Beach Mystery, which I think would be considered a cozy mystery. But I want to read another one this quarter. So I think I'm either going to read The Secret Book and Scone Society, which I've seen someone talking about in the discussion section of this movie at some point, and that's why I saved it. Or I want to read Publishable by Death, which are both murder mysteries surrounding bookstores.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
Make
Make sure you put those back in the
Oh,
book,
yes.
the book list too.
Not book related, but I'm looking forward to this month, this quarter, seeing Black Widow, because it's gonna be my first time going to.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm going like next weekend, and it's gonna be the first time I've been in a movie theater in over 18 months.
Rub
so.
it in.
Ooh,
I was like, should I even bring it up? Because I know Kelly's sad.
Movie theaters are not open up here, so
Yeah.
I will be making a movie theater in my home to watch Black Widow next weekend. But
Yeah, it works out that it's like coming out next weekend, and we're gonna be at my parents' house, so my mom can watch our small child, so we can go see it.
like, I'm not even especially looking forward to Black Widow. Just the idea of going back into a theater and seeing a Marvel movie and having that experience is just. Although apparently it's very good. Like, the reviews have been great. So
Yeah.
oh really? I know when that first dropped, but the idea dropped, a bunch of people were like, "This is not going to be good." But if there's like really good reviews on it, I'm interested to see how they turn it around.
yeah, they've gotten pretty good at like a storytelling formula, and apparently the Florence Pugh plays who's ever going to be the next Black Widow kind of thing. Apparently she's great in it. So
Interesting.
She's great in everything.
So she maybe steals the show a little from Scarlett Johansson, but I'm
That's
excited to
fine.
see for myself. Yeah.
I'm also like curiously interested in the Space Jam remake. I'm excited. We're debating taking my 3-year-old to a theater, like see if we can get in at like 9 a.m. when no one will be there. Have that be his first movie.
I actually had like a very serious discussion with my husband of like, do you think they'll change the theme song or
Yes, I've thought about this so much.
like changing out the R. Kelly song? Yes.
Naturally, yeah.
The Space Jam theme song is a whole other thing.
But they've got I'm pretty into like watching the NBA, and they've got some players that I'm really excited about that are going to be in it. So it's going to be fun.
Ooh, the next Helen Hoang Kiss Quotient book comes out in August, so that's another book
that one
for the Heart
too.
Principle. Yeah.
Oh, also Gunpowder Milkshake is my new. I'm very excited about this. It's a
Yeah.
Netflix movie that I hadn't heard about like a month ago because Netflix doesn't release trailers till you can like see the release date. So it's Lena Headey and Karen Gillan in like an action, like tongue-in-cheek, not too serious, and they like go to a library to get their weapons and are defending an 8-year-old girl from like a secret society of assassins, and it's all like very campy and just like the kind of action movies that guys have been getting forever, but Karen Gillan and Lena Headey, so I'm so on board.
Oh my God, that sounds ridiculous and very fun.
I think it's also like Carla Gugino is also in it, and Angela
Yes.
Bassett. Like it's like a really good cast. So, yeah, I like saw like the posters for it, and I was like, wait, what?
What is this? Yeah. I don't know. It's nice to have movies back. I feel like we're gonna start getting a lot of good ones because as I backlog all the stuff we were supposed to get last year.
I'm also really enjoying Loki, and I'm excited to finish it out this quarter.
And the Marvel What If should be this quarter as well, I think,
Yeah.
which should be fun. Kind of looking at alternate scenarios for what could have happened, which is just a fun storytelling adventure. All right. Are there any other things we normally cover in our quarterly videos, or do we have to get into goals now?
I think goals are the only thing that's left.
One other to complete our Marvel theme, Shang-Chi also comes out this quarter.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And I'm so sure I'm going to be able to see it in movie theaters. I'm so sure.
Ooh.
Technically, movie theaters open here this month, so I can be excited about that.
Yeah.
All right. Who's got
Thank you
goals?
for sharing books that you're looking forward to reading in the discussion section. I'm definitely taking notes on all of these.
I know.
as well.
Sometimes I'm supposed to wait, but
All right, goals. Let's see. like writing or publishing or anything related, I'm like, write this research paper and get a decent grade on it.
I would like a 7-figure book deal for mine and Kyra's book. That's my quarter 3 goal.
Yeah, sure.
Just
Setting
kidding.
realistic and attainable goals.
Yeah.
We
Some
are,
smart
it's
goals.
obviously.
It is measurable, so you got
It
that
is.
part.
I will know if I didn't reach it.
It's going to be the first question we ask at our.
Yeah. So did you get a 7-figure book deal?
Imagine if Megan was just like, actually, yes.
Actually.
I've just been keeping it a secret.
Oh.
This past quarter, I did like write for the first time in forever, kind of going back to my Refilling Your Inkwell book about like writing after you've been in a bit of a creative rut. And I started playing with it to like change it into a more general being creative when it's hard. So
Yeah, I feel
hopefully
like
I'll
I've
be
been
writing a bit
having...
more of that. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, it's okay. I'm sorry, I just cut you off there.
Oh, good.
You can tell who the two Canadians are.
Please, you.
I feel like I've been having random kind of spurts of creativity, but like in different places. So like for 2 days, I'm like, oh my gosh, I just want to take all of the book photos, and I have just photos everywhere, and I should plan to like go to the beach and like take a photo, and I should plan to like do some cool things with these flowers, and like all over the place. And like 2 days later, I'm like, I never want to look at a camera again for the rest of my life. Instead, I want to film TikToks. And then it's just like, does that for like 3 days. And then I'm like, man, I should like film videos all the time. And like, so it's just like this weird kind of thing where I'm like, I want to do something, but it's been hard because like you just do like a little bit because it's supposed to, like, oh, over time you'll get to do the big project. But then I'm like, well, I only feel like doing like, we'll like manically do this thing for like 2 days. And then that's it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
I'd like to just like get back into like more of some sort of routine. I haven't decided what for writing, because like it's just been like every once in a while I'm like, oh, I have some time, like I'm gonna write, and then like I don't again for like weeks. And so like I'd like to just kind of like carve out like one time, like maybe just once a week, where I can like be like, that's the time where I'm going to write, because I just have not been consistent in a long time. And I feel like I'm settled into my new house and my new job, and my child's a year old now. So like, it's time for me to like start getting into more of a writing routine again. So
I have been starting to get more inspired by writing again over last quarter, into like writing personal, like not co-authored projects. So I really am. I've been having fun on the website Notion, where you can kind of make little digital bullet journals for your goals and stuff. And so I got one all set up for those revisions. And if I could just have like dream quarter, I would finish those revisions so that I can get it out to beta readers. And then I would also have my next book idea fully plotted. It's like 33% plotted right now. But I'm very excited about that one as well. So that would be dream quarter.
Yeah, dream quarter is intimidating to think about. Monique asked digital bullet journal. I think it's just, would you like to expand on Notion?
Yeah. I just put the name of it in the discussion section. I think it's notion.so is the website. I'm not positive on that one, but it's basically, so I'll put that as well, notion.so.
And they're big enough now if you just Google Notion. It gives you them instead of the word.
And I got a template from author Rebecca Mix. I'll grab a link to her templates and also put them in the discussion section. And so you're able to just copy the template over, and it had like, this is where you put your to-do list, and it's got 4 different sections for like pending, in progress, complete, stuff you're stuck on. And there's sections that she has created for you to put in, like, this is the heart of the book. This is what inspires me about the book. Here's random side notes that are just coming to me and I don't have a spot for them yet, but I know I need to do this thing, so I'm going to put some bullet points here.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's really fun. I would screen share it or something, but it is full of spoilers were this book to ever get published. But I'll get that Rebecca Mix link right now and you can check it out.
Let's see. Read through some of the comments here. Stephanie wants to finish drafting her current work in progress this quarter. Monique is trying to create a character who's going to be a love interest for my supporting character. It's going to be a gay relationship. Monique's goal for tonight is to get to 2,800 on her Google Docs word count. Tonight goals. That is ambitious.
I guess it depends what time zone you're in.
I don't know. I feel like once I hit Sunday, it's just done. Maybe there's a goal for me. Be a functional human on Sundays again.
No.
But why?
Sunday is me day.
I even have like me goals though that like I want to do more of. Like,
No
I
goals,
got a
just
bow and
plans.
arrow for my birthday that I haven't played with nearly enough. That is definitely a thing I could do
Yes.
on Sundays.
You definitely
I
need to do
did.
that.
I bought rollerblades recently, which I used to be really, really into rollerblading. And I took them out once, and there's a surprising number of hills in my Florida neighborhood. And I thought I was going to die and went way faster than I was anticipating going. So I need to get back out there.
Well, why don't you
I
just, rollerblade to Kelly's, and then you guys can hit the streets
Yeah.
together.
Exactly.
It'll only be like 5 days.
Okay, I've been trying to learn roller skating, but I do not have that kind of experience. And I also have like very subtle hills on my driveway, on my street, everywhere. And since I don't know how to stop yet, it's been tricky to learn. So, but recently my neighbor across the street just like paved a big driveway thing. So he told my nephew he can use his bike on it. And if someone needed to supervise said nephew, I don't want to like go by myself and be like a 30-some-odd-year-old woman roller skating just by myself. But if I bring my nephew, but I also need to bring another adult to save the nephew should he try to roll into traffic because I won't be able to do that on my roller skates. So I've given this some thought, but it's gonna work really well, I'm sure.
I believe in you.
So yeah, we've managed to stretch what is usually a 5-minute video into a half-hour chat. But if anyone has any bookish-related questions, we've got some more time to kill. Otherwise, our plan B was to give all the WordNerds who aren't here goals.
Yes, let's do that.
That's a good
While
idea.
People think about anything they might want to ask us.
So the debate is, do we give them goals that we will tell them about, or give them goals and then next quarter video we'll just see if they accomplish their goals?
That one.
That one. Hey, if they were here, they would know, but they're not. So
Yeah,
it's up to
and
them to come and watch this video and
If
know
they
what their
really
goals.
missed us, they would watch this video.
Exactly. If there's any word nerds watching, just shout out in the comments.
Yeah.
We'll let you know your goals.
Let's see.
Okay, let's see.
Alright.
Well, I feel very similar to your goal, Megan. I feel like Erin should be getting a 7-figure book deal. I feel like
I agree.
that's yeah. Well, also like the book that she was just querying that I think one of the publishers like didn't like very much. I'm like, well, that publisher's goal is to turn their brain around and accept Erin's book
Yeah,
and then give her
I'll
a
email
7-figure
them
book
next
deal.
quarter and ask if
Exactly.
they met their goal.
And I mean, to make it like not too similar to Megan's, I feel like if Erin got a 6-figure book deal, that would also be fine.
Yeah.
True.
Or
Okay.
8-figure.
That's true.
I also think Erin should finish her draft of her book so that she can send it to beta readers because I want.
You mean
to
you?
read it. Yes, send it to me so I can read it.
Good goal. Good goal.
Yeah.
So that's my goal for Erin.
Mhm.
Trying to think
Also,
of
I
anything
feel like Erin should also get another tattoo. That
Yeah,
seems like
probably.
yeah, something to work towards.
Gotta write these down. 6 to 8-figure book.
Okay, well,
deal.
Megan, you're close with Kyra right now. So, what do you think Kyra's first goal should be?
Ooh. I think
Besides, get another 7-figure book deal with your book.
I think we can all just do that.
Yeah, that'd be great. Right?
I think Kyra's goal should be to read no books so that I can beat her in the challenge. No books this quarter until I catch up.
Book sabbatical.
Yeah.
I definitely think that Desiree should write and sell a television pilot. I think that's very attainable for her.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she needs to train her dog to do. What does she need to train her dog to do? Like, she needs to train her dog for, like,
Right
security and, like, sniffing out good, like, manuscripts or something in bookstores. So if you, like, take the dog to the bookstore.
The other day about someone taught their dog all the, like, Harry Potter commands. So, like, Avada Kedavra, play dead. Like, Azkaban for your crate. There was a bunch of them, but I feel like that would be very impressive if Bellamy could do that over the next few months.
Definitely. What was Aaron's third goal? 6 to 8 figure book deal, finish Dark Forest, and tattoo.
I think it should just be a tattoo, like, across her chest.
Yes, of us.
It's like Mount Rushmore, but it's our face.
Sorry, somebody just started using a power washer outside and my window's open, so I'm just going to mostly be on mute for the next minute or two.
So I feel like some word nerd should, like, make things for the rest of us and send them to us.
That's also Desiree, because she has Des Designs, which, shout out.
Yes.
But also Helen could make something for us too. She does some crafty stuff. Yeah, I think she, like, either crochets or knits. I can never remember who does what.
Yes.
Kaylin's been crocheting, but she just, like, is working on one big blanket. That's
Helen's,
probably
like,
already
really
spoken
good
for.
at crocheting.
Yeah.
Has made outfits and stuff.
Although, was it Des that, like, someone put a pattern in and she was just like, I'm going to make that.
Yes, they were overalls, crocheted overalls.
Okay. I think Helen should crochet a WordNerds uniform. We'll wear it to every single chat from here on out.
Savina thinks quarter 3 goal should be to announce all of our nano projects.
Yes, that's a good idea, actually.
Something we can achieve.
So Kaylin needs goals. What's Kaylin going to do?
I think that Kaylin is going to finish her book.
Yes. I believe in her.
Finish.
A-T-D-A-H. Yeah. I do think she is doing Camp Nano. I just don't know which way she landed on doing it.
Yes. I know she's only on, like, chapter 3, but she's gonna finish it.
Also, just thinking, because she has a very busy life and, like, she has multiple kids and what have you, and, like, a big family, a goal of hers should be taking a vacation. I don't know where. Let's discuss.
Yes.
Yeah, if any of the WordNerds set a goal to show up at my house, I will be very pleased. Just turn up.
Group goal to just show up at Kelly's house.
Oh, yeah, I would also settle for just planning a group vacation as a group goal.
It's just getting darker and darker in this room, and I have to keep moving my face closer because the lighting is atrocious no matter what I do.
I'm just thinking, like, I want WordNerds to send me food, but I just don't feel like it's that practical. If anybody bakes something cool. Emma, how's your baking goal going?
It's going well. I made a chocolate cake last month, and it was delicious. And it was, like, the first time I've made a chocolate cake now from a box. So.
Dang.
I don't even know where you'd start with something like that. Chocolate and
recipe.
Did
Did you use a recipe from somewhere?
Yes, it was Sally's Baking Addiction.
That's my favorite chocolate cake.
Always a solid choice.
Sally knows everything.
I trust her.
Yeah, trust her with my life.
We have already picked our Sunday topics for quarter 3, but within quarter 3, if I can convince Megan to, in quarter 4, do a baking night where she teaches us how to make something. Although now, I don't know why we put this on Megan. Emma could definitely do this too. So
we'll tag team it.
Yeah.
I mean, there, I just accomplished my goal if you have agreed to it. So, good job, me.
I did get like more organized about that goal because like every month it's like halfway through the month and I'm like, crap, I got to bake something. And then it's like the last week of the month and I'm like, what can I bake with the ingredients I have? Because I'm not going to the store. And so, and I just know I'm going to get to the end of the year and be like, oh, there was stuff I wanted to make that I didn't. So I actually made a list of like things I'd like to make. So that like this next month when I'm like, oh crap, what am I going to make? I have a list of things to go look at. So I can remember what I wanted to make. So
yes, I really want to try making.
I just closed my window.
Meringues.
Oh, sorry, I just closed my window, so I hope there's not any extra noise. Please just tell me about your flavored brownies.
Meringues.
Yeah, I made my first ever meringues.
Meringues are on my list.
Yeah, and it was a lot of things at once, but then I really, really liked eating them afterwards. And so I want to see if I can give them some flavor, maybe like some citrus or something.
I'm not even convinced I know what a meringue is.
You like whip up the eggs a bunch and they get like frothy and you basically just whip them until they become stiff peaks and then you bake them and then let them sit until they have completely dried out. And it's just like almost marshmallowy, but like crispy.
Crunchier.
Yeah, crunchy.
It's
like if you completely dried out a marshmallow.
It's kind of like if you were eating foam.
Yes.
But crunchy. But like in a good way.
But you feel classy doing it.
Yeah. You know what is the texture of? Do you know those you can get them like garden centers and they're usually they like stick things in them and they're like those green foam blocks. So they like stick things in. It feels exactly like eating one of those.
But in a good way.
If that is on your forbidden snack list.
And they're just like really light and airy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Much like those green foam blocks.
Exactly.
Well, if that is on your forbidden snack list, then eat a meringue instead.
Do we want to share some of our upcoming live chats?
Yeah, let's do it. That way I feel more motivated to make the thumbnails and schedule them next week.
Let me see if I can find our list here. How deep are we going?
Just all 12, baby.
Yeah, I just, you guys are here. You get to see. If anyone else wants to know what all our quarterly chats are going to be, they're going to have to dig 40 minutes into this video.
Yeah. This is the content people are clamoring for.
Yep.
So very exciting because, okay, we have our write-in next week as discussed, but then after that, it's going to be our next workshop and it's been a while and it's going to be very exciting.
It's on subplots.
Yes. So we'll be talking about subplots and how to make those and doing some activities together and trying to figure out how those function. Apparently Megan's got it all figured out. So
yeah,
I'm so glad
I am a master.
Please
my
teach
7-figure book deal. No, but I have studied them a lot lately. So I'm going to talk to you guys about what actual successful people have taught me.
Your workshops are always incredible. So I have no doubt. And then after that, we will be doing our movie night as discussed, which is going to be the Fear Street movies. I'm glad they actually go together. It's going to be easier to discuss them as one solid thing rather than like a 3 mini chats within our chat. And then for August 1st, we are going to be talking about different types of fantasy. Rachel, do you want to dig a little into what those 3 types are?
For sure. Yeah, I don't even remember if I can name the 3 types off the top of my head.
Got them on the list, but you can't. So
okay, great. No, yeah, we were talking about different types of fantasy based on, I guess, what subgenre of fantasy you want to write. So there's like a light fantasy, high fantasy, and I guess light
Those are
fantasy is
not the
technically
one that's on the
Those are
list.
not-
So-
no. Okay, no, like
Portal, Second World.
yes. So
Yeah,
like
Portal
part of
Intrusion and Second World.
oh yes, thank you. Okay, so like well, you have high fantasy and you have low fantasy, and then we're talking mostly about things that I guess can go in either technically. But you have things like portal fantasies, intrusionary fantasies, and
Secondary.
thank you, secondary fantasy worlds. I will definitely make sure that I have studied this thoroughly before my chat, but I am excited about it.
Yeah,
We
we always
sounded
talk
very
about
smart
fantasy.
when she proposed the idea.
Thank you.
On August 8th, we're going to be getting into bad writer habits. Don't remember exactly what we want to talk about there, but I'm sure it's going to be great.
It's just gonna be just bad talking ourselves.
Roasting ourselves.
This is the
Just
garbage we do.
A shit post of the word nerd.
And then to kind of flip that around, on the 15th, we're going to be doing like a WordNerds manuscript wish list kind of thing. I'm talking about like, oh, I wish I could find a book that had this element, and sharing recommendations and hearing from all of you on like different books you just haven't found yet and you're looking for a book like this. And hopefully we can all kind of help each other find new books to love. And then the 22nd will be our write-in for August, and then Year of the Witching. And then on September 5th, we're talking about, it says writing schools.
Schools in books. Writing school settings. Writing school settings is probably a better way to say it. Because yeah,
We're
it's
going
like,
through writing
do we mean
school.
schools where you learn how to write?
Yes. So
Mhm.
writing about schools.
Mhm.
And then adaptations, which I think will be a lot of fun on the 12th. And publishing then and now on the
That's
19th.
around our anniversary or our birthday. So we're talking about like what publishing was like when we started the Word Nerds and what it's like now.
And it's like dramatically different.
It's different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm excited.
You would think this industry that's been around for so long would not change that much in 8 years, but whew.
Yeah.
And then we will round out the quarter with our game night. So that should be fun too.
We've kind of been having quarter themes this year. So like last quarter was the mystery theme. This quarter, even though it's not the October quarter, we're doing spooky stuff.
Because they're
Did we
all
also do
witches
spooky first
in the
quarter?
Third Fear Street.
Oh, okay.
So.
Perfect.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, the Third Fear Street is like 1666 and it deals with like the witch trials.
Ah.
And then there's Year of the Witching. So our game night's gonna have to do something with witches and witch trials.
Okay.
We will burn one of the witches. Whoever
That's not
cannot
a
prove
game
that
that
they
I
will
want to
find the witch.
Megan,
I think it's pretty
very
easy.
Throw
dramatic,
everybody in
dark
a lake and whoever floats is the witch.
But it's just us like all going swimming and then just like hanging out.
They're all witches.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure there's a way to like turn this into a word nerd roast. And like do a play on that.
Yes,
So
Emma was
have to light
supposed to
anyone on
roast us
fire?
in our fake quarter two.
I will find something witchy. It'll be fun.
Excellent.
And then for quarter 4, when we're supposed to be Halloween, you will find like something very upbeat.
We'll do like romance for quarter 4.
Yeah.
We had high dreams of reading Priory of the Orange Dream for Orange
Orange Dream.
Tree.
Priory
Priory of
of
the
the
Orange
Dreamsicle.
Tree. But I don't know. I don't think that's gonna happen.
She's
That's what I thought you were gonna say when you like kind of led into that you were gonna read a cozy mystery. I thought I'm finally gonna read.
No,
But
I'm not gonna make that kind of promise till everyone else does.
I've already read it, so
Ah,
Emma, you have 2?
no.
You read Priory?
Emma
No?
has not.
I've read less than half of it.
I read
Okay, we have
25%. I read 1 book's worth of Priory, and then I was like, I'm gonna come back to this, and I haven't yet, but I do want to at some point.
I mean, it took me 2 months to read it, so there's
Yeah, I
that.
might start it this quarter because I want to read it. So
It's very good, but yeah, it's just very long.
the audiobook is not unscripted. That is disappointing.
Yeah.
I don't even want to know how long that audiobook is. Oh.
Ooh, it would be so long. And it's not one you could do at triple speed. Too many characters. too much going on.
There's actually not that many characters in it. There's like a core cast of maybe like 5 or 6 people.
Oh,
But then our like
so
our
many
secondary
people.
characters have like fantasy names, so it's really hard to track.
Mm. There's nothing too outrageous, I will say.
But it is just about 26 hours.
Whoa. Actually, that's better than I thought.
Yeah, that's not terrible.
Binge it. Listen to the whole thing in 26 hours straight.
If you
That'll
put
be
it
one of
on
our
double
videos.
speed.
Yeah, double
Yeah, do double
It only
speed, you
takes
may get to sleep that
13
day.
hours.
Yeah.
I don't see a problem with this. Like,
It's perfect.
Yeah, I don't know. I could read that. All right. Do we have anything else we want to cover for our last 15 minutes? Theme for quarter 4 could be gifts and celebrations.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I think we could find something fun like that to do. Like a little spin on, Halloween isn't the only holiday that happens in that quarter of the year. So
Just the most important one.
agreed.
Right.
Should we
this
end
means
it?
it's going to be a very time efficient quarter. Like, look at us go.
Yeah.
Also, for all the Americans out there in your 4th of July barbecues and celebrations and all that. Have fun.
Yeah.
It's raining where I am. So.
Yeah,
Oh no.
boring.
Means my neighbors can't do fireworks.
I think they'll find a way.
Right.
That's their quarter goal.
Do it like under their porches and set them on fire.
Well, it's raining, so the fire will go
Yeah.
out. It's fine.
Perfect.
They're going to do it. Do it now. All right. Thank you all so much for joining us. This was a lot of fun. Thank you for sharing all of your goals. I think it's going to be a pretty good quarter. We all have big dreams, especially for Erin. So
Yeah, she's carrying us right now.
wishing her the best of luck.
I will, in the next 5 minutes, I'll put all the titles that we talked about during this chat in the description box. So come back later if you want to see that list, including everyone who wasn't here's goals. I'm going to put those there too.
That's how confident we are that the other WordNerds will
Yeah.
not even glance at this
They
video.
will not. They absolutely will not.
All right. Thank you all again. We will be back next week with our write-in, and we will see you all then. Bye.